Imagine losing your phone tomorrow. No internet, no social media, no streaming services, no video games, no television. How long do you think it would take before you felt bored? A day? A few hours? Maybe even a few minutes? Now imagine something even stranger. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans lived without any of those things. No screens, no notifications, no endless entertainment. And yet, they may have been less bored than we are today. At first, that sounds impossible. After all, boredom seems like a modern problem. Whenever we feel bored, we reach for our phones. We open an app, watch a video, scroll through social media, or search for something to entertain us. But ancient humans didn't have any of those options. So why weren't they constantly bored? The answer begins with a simple fact. Ancient humans rarely sat still. Today, many people spend hours sitting. We sit in cars, we sit at desks, we sit on couches, we sit staring at screens. But for most of human history, survival required movement. Every day presented a new challenge, a new opportunity, or a new danger. Ancient humans woke up each morning not knowing exactly what the day would bring. Would they find food? Would they discover a new water source? Would they encounter predators? Would they meet another tribe? Life itself was unpredictable. And unpredictability is one of the most powerful cures for boredom. Think about your favorite movie. What makes it exciting? The uncertainty. You don't know what will happen next. Ancient humans lived inside that uncertainty every day. The world around them was a giant mystery. There were no maps showing every corner of the earth. No satellites. No GPS. No search engines. Beyond the next hill could be a new river, a herd of animals, a dangerous predator, or something nobody in the tribe had ever seen before. To us, that sounds stressful, and sometimes it was. But it was also fascinating. The human brain evolved to pay attention to novelty. New things capture our curiosity. They activate reward systems inside the brain. And ancient humans encountered new things constantly. Even a simple walk could become an adventure. Every track in the dirt told a story. Every sound in the forest meant something. Every change in the weather mattered. The environment was full of information, full of mystery, and full of opportunities to learn. Modern life often removes those mysteries. We know what's around the corner. We know what's on television. We know what's on our phones. In many ways, our world has become predictable. Ancient humans lived in a world that wasn't, and that made everyday life far more engaging than we often imagine. But curiosity wasn't the only thing keeping boredom away. Ancient humans also had a powerful sense of purpose. Every task mattered. Finding food mattered. Building shelter mattered. Protecting family mattered. Learning new skills mattered. Failure could have serious consequences. Success could help an entire group survive. When actions have meaning, boredom becomes much less common. And for ancient humans, meaning was everywhere. Imagine waking up tomorrow with no idea what you'll discover before sunset. That was normal for ancient humans. Every single day held the possibility of something new. A hidden river, a new hunting ground, a strange animal nobody had ever seen before, or perhaps another tribe arriving from beyond the horizon. Modern life gives us comfort, but comfort often removes uncertainty, and uncertainty is what makes life exciting. Think about the moments you remember most: the unexpected trip, the surprise opportunity, the challenge you weren't prepared for. the adventure that didn't go according to plan. Ancient humans lived inside those moments every day. Their world constantly demanded attention. Every sound mattered. Every footprint mattered. Every change in the weather mattered. Their brains were fully engaged with reality. Today, we often seek stimulation through screens. Ancient humans found stimulation in the real world itself. And there was another reason boredom rarely took hold. Stories. Humans are storytelling creatures. Long before books existed, long before movies existed, long before YouTube existed, people gathered around fires and shared stories. Stories about heroes, stories about hunts, stories about dangerous animals, stories about mysterious places, stories about ancestors, stories about survival. Each story carried knowledge, each story carried emotion, and each story helped strengthen the group. Around those fires, people laughed, they learned, they imagined, they connected. In many ways, those fires were the original social network. Except instead of scrolling endlessly through strangers' lives, people shared experiences that directly mattered to their survival. And perhaps the biggest difference of all was purpose. Ancient humans rarely asked, "What should I do today?" The day already had an answer. Find food, protect family, build shelter, learn new skills, help the tribe, survive. Every action connected to something meaningful. Modern boredom often appears when we lose that connection, when activities feel disconnected from purpose, when entertainment becomes passive instead of active, when curiosity is replaced by routine. Ancient humans had routines too, but those routines were constantly interrupted by challenges, discoveries, and opportunities. Life itself was the adventure. Now, this doesn't mean ancient life was better. It was harder, much harder. People faced hunger, disease, dangerous predators, extreme weather, and countless risks we no longer have to worry about. But there is still something we can learn from them. Maybe the solution to boredom isn't more entertainment. Maybe it isn't another app, another video, or another endless scroll. Maybe it's curiosity. Maybe it's challenge. Maybe it's exploration. Maybe it's doing something real, something meaningful, something that requires effort. Because the human brain wasn't designed only to consume, it was designed to discover, to build, to solve problems, to explore the unknown. And perhaps that's why ancient humans were rarely bored. Not because their world was easier, but because their world was endlessly interesting. The next time you feel bored, ask yourself a simple question. If an ancient human suddenly appeared beside you, what would they think of your day? Would they see adventure, discovery, challenge? Or would they wonder why someone surrounded by endless opportunities feels bored at all? Maybe the greatest lesson from our ancestors is this: life becomes interesting when we become curious. And curiosity can turn even an ordinary day into an adventure. If you enjoyed this journey into the world before humans, don't forget to subscribe and join us for more fascinating stories from humanity's distant past. Because the next story might completely change the way you see the world. And trust me, it gets even more interesting from here.